Sup, Rotten? It is not an over-exaggeration when I say this. I literally use my AirPod Pros every single day. It is my go-to accessory when listening to music, running errands, and getting tasks done throughout the day. Hell, I would even use them to make videos if I could. We're in 2025, and Bluetooth latency still being an issue is crazy. Anyway, you can imagine my excitement when the AirPods 3 were announced. What do you mean they improve these things in every way and are still charging the same original price? Easy cop. Little did I know that this would probably be the biggest purchase regret I've had in recent memory. So you know I had to explain myself in this review. But first, our story starts with a wee little unboxing. The AirPods Pro 3 comes in this nifty little box, just like the last ones, except that the only thing notable that's in these boxes now is the propaganda. There is no cable in the box. I repeat, there is no cable in the box. And what even is this? A quick start guide? If I wanted to read, I would have been a Linux user. Get this out of my face. Would you look at that? The white rounded rectangle we've all been waiting for. Now we just got to get the paper out the way. Get the hell out of that. And wow, this is it compared to the AirPod Pros 2. I know it magnetically attached, I just can't prove it yet. Let me just, whoa. As you can see, I can be a bit clumsy. So naturally, I'm gonna need a case. So a quick thank you to ESR for sponsoring this video and making cases that protects your AirPods like the tiny expensive eggs they are. First up, the ESR Orbit Hybrid Magnetic Case, the one that actually adds some personality to your AirPods. It comes in multiple colors, has an ultra hard shell with a quick absorbing cord for real drop protection, and a powerful magnetic lid makes sure your AirPods stay shut even if your bag does decide to go parkour. You still get effortless MagSafe charging, and the slim build makes it easy to carry without turning your pocket into a distraction, and honestly looks way too good for something that's supposed to take a beating. Then there's the ESR Cyber Flick Lock Magnetic Case, which is built for people who like their tech with a fidget factor. It's got a drop-proof magnetic lock lid that gives you that satisfying snap every time you open or close it, plus you can unlock it with just one hand. It also supports MagSafe charging, so you can charge up without ever taking the case off. So whether you're going for the colored match confidence of the hybrid or the smooth one-handed rugged convenience of the Cyber Flick Lock, ESR's got your AirPods covered, literally and figuratively. Big thanks to ESR for sponsoring this video. Now let's see if the AirPods 3 themselves actually deserves protection this good. Okay, so I've been using the AirPods Pro 3 for about 2 weeks now, and I would like to express some thoughts and differences I've noticed compared to the last generation. Keep in mind that I haven't looked up the data on this. This is just what I personally realized. One, the case is definitely bigger, or at least it feels bigger. It's not really that big of a deal for me because I usually wear clothes with healthy pockets anyway, or just throw it in my sling whenever I can. But if that is something that bothers you, you should keep that in mind. The magnets feel a lot stronger than they did in the last generation. The case snatches my AirPods like it just realized I stole them. Like, damn. I guess they made them that way so they're less likely to fall out if you drop them while in the case. The speaker on the AirPods case sounds louder, which is a good thing when trying to locate it and find mine, which was something I always struggled to do through just sound alone. Also, the mic definitely is an improvement. I was told through calls that I sound a lot more crisp and clear, so you know, that's always a plus. Now, you can argue that these are all great improvements, and I would agree, but the main reason why my overall experience with the AirPods have been a pretty negative one is the sound, but not in the way that you may think. In terms of the quality of sound, I'll tell you this right now. I am not an audiophile in any sense of the word. I grew up in New York City with blaring loud music in my household. I didn't even have a chance. And in terms of how well it sounded compared to the Pro 2s, I don't notice much of a difference, to be honest. I think they both sound great. I feel like I would have had a stronger opinion on them if I used them for work, but I don't. So yeah, that isn't the issue. The problem is, from the very first listen, my right AirPod Pro 3 has been tweaking. I'm not joking either. Right after the unboxing you just saw, I threw on the Pro 3s to go hang out with some friends, and let me tell you, that was definitely the worst experience I've ever had with AirPods ever. And this is coming from someone who once didn't realize that only one of his AirPods were charged until he was already outside. It's that bad. For some reason, my right AirPod has been making a weird whistling sound. It happened when I first put the AirPods in, which I initially thought was some weird calibration thing, but it never stopped being an issue. And I'm talking about like if I just have them in my ears. I don't even have to be listening to music, which yeah, it also whistles whistles throughout the music as well. And the sound, it's kind of hard to explain, but occasionally I would hear whistling feedback. It's whenever I put it in my ear initially, when there's a sudden rise in outside noise, or if I make a sudden movement like turning my head quickly. More likely than not, I'll hear the whistling again, or when I'm literally just sitting still. And it happens if I'm listening to music or I just have them in my ears. It does not judge. And trust me, I tried every type of troubleshooting I can think of and look up, including disabling features and resetting my network settings. No dice. And it turns out I'm not the only one that's going through this. Even some reported that they returned it and still had the same problem. I know I did, and the problem still occurred as well. So either the guy actually didn't replace my AirPod or I'm going crazy. I can't tell right now. All of this to say that this made me realize something. My AirPods 2 still works just fine. And that's the biggest thing to take away from this. The AirPod Pro 3s are definitely better in quite a few ways. But one of the best things about them is that the Pro 2s are now cheaper. The noise canceling is better in the Pro 3s, but the Pro 2s are still excellent. They both use the same H2 chip, and the Pro 3s may last longer, but who really wears their AirPods for 8 hours straight anyway? There's really nothing a quick charge in the case wouldn't fix. And some even argued that they sound better than the 3s. If you can't go wrong with either of these, then why not choose the more affordable ones? And that one still reaps many of the benefits that the 3s do, including live translation, except that the 2s still come with a cable. So if I were you, I'd probably go for the 2s. But hey, maybe I'm just bitter because I've had such a terrible first impression with the 3s. Hopefully there will be some sort of firmware update to fix this, and if there is, I'll let you know. But until then, the 2s are going to work just fine. But hey, that's just my rotten opinion. What's yours? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to support the channel by buying a wallpaper, the link is down below, along with my Patreon, where you can get exclusive perks like getting access to videos early, getting your own Ryan avatar made, and more, along with my Ryan and Ryan Pro subscribers, Vasco, Fransco Back, and Miss Game. Thank you all for the support, as it keeps me dropping videos consistently, and thank you, viewer, for watching. If you want to see more of me, you know what to do. The AirPod Pro 3 may have been a disappointment, but I see it as a good thing because it helped me realize the quality in the things that I do already have. But if there's an AirPod Pro 4, best believe I'm going to be at the front door. Am I right?